everyone, I hope you're all well and have had a wonderful weekend. I'm using the Psychic Tarot of the Heart for our reading for this week. I'll choose a card for each day of the week, starting from Monday the 10th of October through to Sunday the 16th of October. There we are. For Monday we have the Lovers. For Tuesday, the Nine of Wands. Wednesday, the Hermit. Thursday, the World. Friday, the base chakra. Saturday, the Eight of Swords. And this one also wanted to come out for Saturday. And Sunday, Justice. So a little bit of a week where we are being asked to really go within. So Monday is the 10th of the 10th. So it's the 10-10 portal. A releasing of old karmic ties. So if we are going into any kind of challenging situation, it reminds us that we've just stepped into some karma to realign, to come in to love. First and foremost, find that love within. And as we find the love within, we are then moving and shifting up into the 5th dimension, holding on to the old karmic ties of challenge and conflict. That just creates more and more karma. So we're internalizing and alchemizing on the 10th of the 10th, ready to let go of everything that is not of love. And today we're still in the full moon energy as well. The full moon and the new moon lasts for 2 days before, 2 days after. So we're still feeling the powerful effects of this full moon in Aries. With today, Chiron is opposite the sun, so opposing the sun. So anything that is not of love will be coming to the surface to show us that we are stepping back in to the old dimension, into the karma, to really bring up the feelings and being truthful with ourselves and being gentle with ourselves during today, because as we release the old, we open up and leave space for beautiful love to come into our lives. And this is a card of the divine masculine, the divine feminine coming together in perfect balance of self-love. It's the card of Mercury also. So Mercury is still in its shadow, and Mercury moves into Libra tomorrow. So there's going to be an energy shift, and it comes out of its shadow on the 17th. So still little bits of things coming to the surface for us to, especially where love's concerned, to help us to come back into that self-love and that alignment. So Monday, the 10-10 portal, is a beautiful day of releasing. We're still in the full moon, and Aries, the full moon in Aries. Aries is the first fire planet. It's the first planet of the zodiac, and it's pointing us, it's telling us to keep focused, to stay focused, and allow any challenging emotions to come to the surface, to not to take our eyes away from where it is we wish to progress in our lives, not to go back into the old wound, to really be gentle with ourselves and anoint ourselves with love. Tuesday we have the Nine of Wands, and this is asking us to rest and reconsider. The Nine of Wands is the card before the Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Wands is where we really become overburdened. So the Nine of Wands is asking us to just come back into alignment, make sure we're still in that balance. We still have the Sun in Libra and Venus is there above the sun and shining down that beautiful energy of love and balance. So looking in our lives where we may have stepped into maybe a bit of stress, or we're taking on too much and we're not able to say no, to really sit down, look how far we've come, go into reflection, and to look at in the present moment how we are feeling. If anything is coming to the surface that is not in that place of peace or calmness, and if there's something coming up and lifting, because remember we're still in the shadow side of Mercury, so any old remnants coming to the surface, we're just being asked to sit down, reconsider, refocus, let go of anything that is going to create a burden or an obstacle in our future. Wednesday is the Hermit, asking us to go in, asking us to listen to that divine guidance within. Because when we go into that guidance within, we will always be guided in the right direction. During this time, we are coming through this time of really letting go of karmic situations, karmic ties from past. And as we let go of those layers upon layers of old conditioning, we start to listen to our own guidance. So Wednesday, we're being asked to go within, listen to our guidance, listen to any messages that we may be receiving, write them in our journal. Some powerful messages coming through on Wednesday. And Thursday we have completion. This beautiful card keeps coming out in our readings, letting us know and confirming we're coming to the end of a chapter of our lives. We are about to step into something new and wonderful, and we are grounding this light, this Christed light, this divine light is coming through our bodies. It's dissolving and clearing old pains from past, old disharmony from past that knocks us out of balance. So we are being asked to align and bring this light in on Thursday, to just sit, feeling the light coming in. So another downpouring of light, another upgrade and activation coming in on Thursday, to go out into nature, to anchor it into our Earth Star chakra, to be open to receiving all these beautiful gifts from God that are going to guide us and assist us on our new path, on the next level of our ascension, our evolution. Friday we have the base chakra, so I'm just going to ask for some confirmation, clarification for the root chakra for Friday. So 2, this is the 2 of Cups. The base chakra is all around feeling safe. It's all around our finances, community, learned behaviour. So on Friday, we're being asked to really focus on the people around us who we love, to really focus, and anything that comes up from past, we're going through and releasing from and healing from deep cellular memory. So the cups are about our emotions, feeling unsafe in past relationships, being betrayed in past relationships, being let down. We can sometimes project that pain into the relationships that we are in this moment, during this time. So we've been asked to really allow, because Chiron's still there, very powerful in the sky, urging us to look at those pains, so we're not projecting them out into our life, helping us to heal from them, helping us to trust, helping us to know that we are always, always divinely supported. And to, first and foremost, love ourselves, and then see everyone else in that place of love from our hearts, allowing our hearts to guide us into relationships, not listening to those old fears. So Friday, coming into our heart centre, letting go of any chaos that may be happening around in our environment, in the outside world, that is trying to drag us into fear. Fear of lack, fear of not having enough. Take a deep breath and bring yourself back into this beautiful place of the Lover's card, of coming together with love, supporting each other with love. We are growing in community. We are now allowing our hearts to guide us instead of listening to those old fears. So whatever comes up on Friday, be mindful to stay in your heart. Be careful of what you're listening to in the outside world. Be aware of how certain conversations are making you feel. And if they are bringing any feelings of fear, anxiety, of lack, of not being enough, take a deep breath and come into your heart space and know that's old karma, old karmic ties coming forward, wanting to keep old and keep us in this place of fear. And as we focus on love and truth and trust, and focusing on our faith in in ourselves first and foremost, and then faith in God, faith in the divine to guide us and navigate us through any kind of chaos, allowing our heart to navigate us. And then on Saturday we have helpless and hopeless, and this is our throat chakra. So not being able to speak our truth. So I'm just going to ask for some clarification, please, for Saturday, for the Eight of Swords, to do with our throat chakra. So what is blocking our throat chakra that we are unable to express? The solar plexus, asking for further confirmation for what is happening on Saturday. Okay, so we have giving and receiving. So the Eight of Swords is a feeling of, well, it's thoughts of hopelessness. It's thoughts of being trapped. These are thoughts, all thoughts coming to the surface, and we are still going through the Mercury. We're still in the shadow. So all thoughts coming to the surface of feeling trapped. So we start going back into that old dialogue. We're receiving all this influx of light. And when we receive this immense light, it brings up the shadow. It brings up things from deep, deep down in old memory. So if your thoughts are taking you into a place of feeling trapped, of feeling helpless and hopeless, know that is an old memory coming up, an old dialogue coming up. You can see the sun is rising there. A new dawn is rising, and all that hopelessness and that feeling trap is going to fall away the moment we change our thoughts. And so our throats chakra, we're not expressing how we're feeling. We're fearful to express how we feel because it's coming from a distortion and it's causing some emotions. So So on Friday, be mindful we don't go back to sleep and fall into an unconscious state of an old pattern. We go back into that hypnosis. We cannot speak our truth, or we feel we can't speak our truth. We feel trapped, bringing up emotions. Then we have the Six of Pentacles, which is about giving and receiving, about staying in balance. So if all fears are coming up and we start speaking about them, we then start to create them. When we counteract them with something positive, we have free will. We can go back into the old pattern because there's something coming up on Friday that may want to push us back and out of alignment. But when we stay in alignment and whatever we feel we're not receiving on Friday, if we feel we are not receiving the truth, speak the truth, but from a place of love, from a place of these words, would I like them spoken to me? Speaking from that place of gentleness and peace that's not going to invoke any conflict between people. Working on our solar plexus, on our emotional center, because our emotional center is where our intuition is. So if that's out of balance, our intuition is going to be way off. So if we have got thoughts going on in our head and we are creating an illusion and we want to get to the bottom of it, and all our solar plexus is feeling uncomfortable, that is our intuition way off. Coming back into alignment on Friday and changing it. Instead of feeling conflict, speak words of love. Be open with love. Be open and acceptance of everyone around us and their decisions. This is giving and receiving, and as we give love, that's what comes back. As we trust, that's what comes back. And if we are thinking that someone is betraying us, or we are not being told what is the truth, step out of it and let go of how it's making us feel, and speak with an open heart of, if somebody can't tell us the truth, that means they're in a place of fear, and that's all. That is the healing. When we poke and poke and poke because we want to get to the root of something, or we want to know the truth, or then it just creates a even bigger wound for ourselves and our relationship. So the Six of Pentacles is one where we're giving exactly what we would love to receive. So if somebody is in a place of conflict, then we bring harmony into that relationship. We take ourselves back to when that relationship was at its most happiest. And just doing that will sever and break the ties of that karma, because obviously whatever happened on Friday, some karmic stuff going on, asking us to stay in balance, to remember who we are, to remember who everybody is in our reality, that we all are the divine spark of God, and to speak to everyone the way we would love to be spoken to, because this is about the throat chakra. This is about unsettled emotions, and the only way we can move past that and set ourselves free from it is speak from that place of acceptance. The 6 is about receiving, so an increase of finances. So once we come into balance and we see that no one is restricting us, or no one is causing us to feel anything, it's our own thoughts that are creating it. And as we start to move those thoughts of enjoying our life, of giving exactly what we would love to receive, because that's the beautiful law of cause and effect. That's the beautiful law of giving and receiving. So let the past go, let any uncomfortableness go. It's easier to let things go and step into peace than it is to try and get to the bottom of something that is not showing itself in its true form for us yet. Step out of it, come into weaving that beautiful balance of bringing exactly what it is that we would love in our lives and focusing on that. So Friday is just reminding us, because we are having a powerful influx of light this week. So as always, as we integrate the light, this divine intelligence starts to bring things up, and Chiron's still very powerful in the sky, asking us to, do you want to carry on feeling this? Or do you want to step into the beautiful energy of the sun in Libra, of balance, of Venus, of love? And as we step into that beautiful energy that is an abundance for us, which will bring in that healing for us, we then let things go, because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is love. That's the only thing that matters. And so on Saturday, a day of really giving everyone a blessing. Take some flowers to someone. Give someone a beautiful gift. Give someone some wisdom, a time where we sit and listen. Hold space for someone. And that will dissolve whatever is going on here that we feel we're not getting the truth, or we feel we can't put our words, we can't express ourselves, because whatever is going on here, as we focus on this, that dissolves and moves away, and as we go back to look at it, it's like gone. Sunday, we have strength. Our strength comes from our gentleness, through being gentle with ourselves and everyone. And you can see that spiritual eyes are open. She is seeing through any illusion, through any falseness, any lies, or any, she's seeing through that and seeing the truth of the only thing that matters is love, regardless of how anybody else is acting around us. That is their karma, and if we start to connect with it, then it becomes karma for ourselves. So this is about control, not stepping into it, not wanting to solve any problems that we perceive are going on in our lives. Once we get our heads involved, and once we get those stories in our heads, we lose control. So Sunday, coming back, all week we're being asked to come to that gauge within. Are we taking on too much? And if we are, say no. Are we listening to that guidance within, or are we getting pulled in to drama outside, and if we are, come back in. And as we do each time, it's like flexing a muscle. It gets easier to let go. It gets easier to come back into alignment until we're walking that path, using that spiritual sight that cuts through the illusion, that gives us the strength to stand in our own light, regardless of what anyone else is doing, to stand in our own right and in our own light, and always do what's right from our hearts, regardless of what anybody else is doing. If we do the right thing from our hearts, we are not going to step back into any karma, because this 1010 portal, Chiron, the planets that are shifting and moving around, are giving us and assisting us through this massive opportunity of stepping into a life without bringing the old karmic lessons with us, freeing us from that now and allowing us to grow, allowing us to stand in our courage. And it takes great courage to not want to be spoken the truth. It takes great courage to step back and know that, okay, that's I will still do the right thing. And that's not being weak, that is being strong, because as we constantly do the right thing, regardless of what's going on around us, we then start to create a life and draw people to us that speak the truth, that are on the same wavelength. And then as we look back, we realise the only thing that matters is love. So strength on Sunday, strength in that place of peace. So a wonderful week, doing some work on ourselves as always, but it gets easier and easier as we keep going within and just making sure we're still on track. So I'm sending so much love. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and thank you for listening, and have a wonderful week, and thank you for listening. God bless.